only purpose of this channel is to find undiscovered revolutionary assets in the early stages of a mega trend that can provide life-changing returns. So is ResearchHub one of those assets? Well, if you follow this channel, you know that we're big fans of BitTensor, and we do a lot of videos on BitTensor. And Joseph Jacks is the head of OSS Capital, which is a venture capital firm that invests primarily in the BitTensor ecosystem. Well, this is a post from Joseph Jacks. The three fundamental platforms driving this change, where we've committed over $40 million in capital over the last 3 years, are Parallel Studios, the Prime token, we can talk about that, BitTensor, the Open Tensor Foundation, obviously massive. We talk about that all the time. And then ResearchHub, accelerating open science, co-founded and led by Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, right? Brian Armstrong, one of the most powerful, wealthy people in the crypto space. He literally controls one of the main gateways for the world into the crypto ecosystem. And ResearchHub, the research token, is one of his assets. So this is Joseph Jacks again. Congratulations to Brian Armstrong. Enjoy sticks, ResearchHub, on crossing $1. $1 per token. That's the RSC token. Big milestone in advancing the pace of open science and the incentive for all to contribute. So this is Brian Armstrong responding. Again, Brian Armstrong is the CEO of Coinbase. Hugely influential and powerful. Reminder that you can earn RSC on ResearchHub by contributing to science. Write peer reviews, answer scientific questions, submit interesting preprints. One professor in Brazil told us they are earning more writing peer reviews on ResearchHub than in their day job. So it's very similar to BitTensor, actually, right? People are incentivized for solving problems in artificial intelligence and science, right? They earn the Tau token for solving problems. ResearchHub is very similar. It might not be as broad a spectrum as what BitTensor covers. This is mainly scientific pursuits, but it's still unbelievably massive. And we have the head of Coinbase creating these crypto assets, right? Like ResearchHub. And it's just a totally undiscovered asset, right? Brian is bull posting his bags. Again, he's a multi-billionaire. He's a founder of Coinbase, and he's pumping up the research token. We have to pay attention to this. This is just massive. So if you go to researchhub.com, this is Brian Armstrong's profile on here, and he's in here commenting, right? 2 months ago, this feels like a good opportunity to become a peer review marketplace so peer reviewers can get paid for this important work. So he's in the ResearchHub, building in it. Crypto is all about network effects. We know BitTensor has been extremely successful with this model, contributing tokens to solve real world problems. Well, ResearchHub is doing something similar. And again, it's backed by one of the biggest people on the planet, right? So we really can't ignore it. Now, what does that have to do with the research token? Well, these are the RSC tokenomics. RSC was created with a total fixed supply to be distributed to the community and the team over time with a vesting schedule. So yes, it's inflationary, just like Bitcoin was inflationary early on, but it has a fixed supply, just like Bitcoin. And similar to Bitcoin and BitTensor, the inflation is going to shrink over time until it gets scarcer and scarcer and scarcer. So this is the emission schedule. The total supply of RSC may be released in circulation over a time span of 12 years from the token generation event, which occurred on August 1st, 2020. That's pretty huge. Within 12 years of 2020, the total supply will be released. Community has been allocated 60% of the total supply, which may be distributed at a maximum emission rate of 5% per year. This is the upper limit of inflation. It could be lower depending on the activity in the ecosystem. So we have a total supply of 1 billion tokens. 600 million goes to the community at 50 million RSC per year. 400 million goes to ResearchHub vesting schedule, which includes founders, employees, and ResearchHub Inc. So overall, just an extremely interesting project, right? Crypto is all about network effects, partnerships. It doesn't get much bigger than Brian Armstrong of Coinbase. So this is a decentralized science asset. When you start hearing about the decentralized science narrative, it really doesn't get better than this, probably, right? BitTensor is also a decentralized science asset. Again, it's broader in scope, but this is an extremely high quality asset. Let's take a look at the chart. Obviously, it's pumped. We never want to chase pumping charts, but I do believe this section of the chart will be invisible 10 years from now. Just like if we look at the Ethereum chart, like if we look at the virtual protocol chart, which I'm covering in a separate video, you can barely see the activity that took place back here, right? And so I do strongly believe that within 10 years, this activity will be barely visible on the chart because this hits on all levels, right? Utility, Adoption, technology. That's a sweet zone for finding assets that could potentially provide life-changing returns. Obviously, extremely risky. Like all crypto assets, anything can go to zero, obviously. That's why we diversify, but just keeping you posted on some of these assets that could potentially be truly life-changing, high-quality crypto projects.